A woman who used to work for the Nebraska Democratic Party is suing the organization for sexual discrimination and retaliation. According to the lawsuit, the former employee says she received unwanted sexual attention from a supervisor. She says when she reported the inappropriate contact, the Nebraska Democratic Party failed to appropriately investigate and address her concerns. The lawsuit also alleges the organization retaliated against her and eventually stopped employing her. The former employee is seeking compensation for more than $15,000 in lost wages. We asked the Nebraska Democratic Party about these allegations, and in a statement, they told us they take all harassment complaints seriously and they stand by their internal process. They also said that U.S. Equal Employment Opportunity Commission reviewed the matter and took no further action. Since the case is in litigation, the Nebraska Democratic Party says they will only address the claims through the legal process.